I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Hindi. Hindi echt het zien.
Never mind.
Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to take a look at the Antihero, a protagonist who is guided by good intentions, but has a fatal or, at the very least, grievous flaw that often leads to them hurting others or otherwise impacting the world negatively. The protagonists of today are leaning more anti-hero than straight up hero, and that, I think, is due to just us as a society being able to accept that our heroes are imperfect, our heroes have flaws, are human, just like the rest of us. And now I think we're getting to the point where our villains are beginning to be portrayed in a more human light. And so I wanted to explore, why is the character of Loki resonating with people so much?
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me the variant ambushed and killed another team of Minutemen. And stole their reset charge as well. Shh.
Now, there are three archetypes of an anti-hero: the hardened badass, the charming outlaw, and the tragic villain. I'm going to use one of my favorite hardened badasses, Logan. He is this sort of gruff, tortured soul that has been through these unspeakable events throughout his life, and that has made him jaded.
As I live and breathe, the Wolverine. And he's a junkie now.
Who the fuck are you?
We call him a hero because he fights with the X-Men, he saves people. But his rage. He is guided by good intentions, but is undone by that one flaw.
Peaceful thoughts.
And then we go to the charming outlaw. I chose to focus on Catwoman. They have this charisma about them, tend to get what they want without having to resort to violence.
That's a beautiful necklace. Reminds me of one that belonged to my mother. It can't be the same one, because her pearls are in the safe. The manufacturer clearly explained it is uncrackable.
Oops. Nobody told me it was uncrackable.
Catwoman is the charming outlaw because, yes, she does break the law, she steals, but oftentimes in stories she is portrayed as stealing from people who deserve it or have too much already.
I take what I need from those who have more than enough. I don't stand on the shoulders of people with less.
Robin Hood?
I think I do more to help someone than most of the people in this room. Than you.
So while we may not condone the idea of stealing, we understand why she does it.
Meow.
And that ultimately leads me to the next archetype, the tragic villain. For my purposes, I wanted to use Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Throughout the beginning of the film, it establishes his motivations, what turns him into a villain.
My Rosie's dead. My dream is dead. And these monstrous things should be at the bottom of the river, along with me. Something in my head, something talking. I couldn't have miscalculated. It was working, wasn't it?
Rebuild. Enlarge the containment field. Make it bigger and stronger than ever.
But we need money. Steal it? No, I'm not a criminal. That's right. The real crime would be not to finish what we started.
There is some sort of tragic element to their story. Something made them this way. So while they are doing things we don't agree with, we feel sympathy for them. And so that brings me to Loki. So I would argue Loki began as a tragic villain. There was an event that made him this way. You could argue it was...
In the aftermath of the battle, I went into the temple and I found a baby.
You could argue that it's...
I could have done it, Father! I could have done it!
Ultimately, what I think Loki is seeking is validation. This heartbreak drives Loki to ultimately try to conquer Earth and achieve his
Glorious purpose.
He is getting what is rightfully owed to him. Now, objectively, that is a good thing. Thor Ragnarok is when Loki's pivot to the charming outlaw began. Why Loki? I think we all feel we are living our lives for a reason. And we're not always satisfied with where we are in life. And that makes us feel like we're not achieving our
Glorious purpose.
And seeing a character fight vociferously for validation, you can't help but root for him, because I would want people to root for me too.